Hello please! In this video, I'm going to be talking about gifts that your stationery lover friends or loved ones might love. So most of these gifts are already vetted. They're all things that I use and love. They're generally quite generic, so they're mostly tools. So it doesn't take into account if you have like a certain type of taste, because if you give them like tapes or like stamp sets and things like that, like stamps or tapes, you need to know what they like because it's very subjective and very personal, whereas most of these are tools that they might use for their journaling or planning that will make it more generic, so it'll make it easier for you if you need to give a gift to a stationery lover. So I hope this is useful. Feel free to pick one, two, or a few depending on what budget you're on. I actually half it into a few different budgets, so there's a few different clusters here. I'm going to start from the more expensive ones and then we'll go down the price range, because the last category is actually very good for stocking stuffers and things like that for Christmas, or if you're thinking of adding a few new things to make up your pack. So this is all in USD because I feel like it's probably much more universal than if I do Australian prices, but what I'm going to mention is all in USD. So just a note in the beginning there. Everything will be linked below. Some of them might be an affiliate link, so if you use those links, you'll help me in the channels so I can invest on more and better things for you guys. But anyway, let's just start. We have an 80 USD and under. This is 50 USD and under. These part are 30 USD and under. These ones in the corner here are actually 10 USD or under. So if you're looking for good stocking stuffers and stuff, this might be a good one. So I'm going to start from this and then we'll work our way down there. Let's start from the $80 or under. The first thing that I would 100% recommend is the Travel's Notebook covers. These would be around 50 to 60 if you get it from Amazon Japan, because it's a little bit cheaper than other places, or it might go up to 70, but this is one of those that you buy once and then you can reuse, because with this Travel's Notebook you can add your own custom inserts, or you can buy your inserts from Travel's Notebook. Once you're done with the insert, you can always just take it off and change it to a new insert. So essentially the cover you can use over and over until you don't want to use it anymore. Basically, it's really nice gift if you have someone who likes journaling and might not have a TN cover yet, or if they already started journaling, they love TN. We TN people welcome new TN covers always anyway. Depending on when you're getting it, you might be able to get them a special limited edition that might hike up a price just a little bit more, but they're mostly limited edition and you can only get it on a certain time limit period. So if you're in luck in the time that you're getting it, you might be able to get a limited edition. I have a whole video of what it is, how to take care of it, what do you use, and things like that. So I will leave a link to that down below. So if your loved ones don't know about TNs, you can sound smart that you know all about this, but all you need to do is watch one video. So hopefully that will work. Another thing that I would really recommend for this price range is, this is a Tom Studio Lumos pen, and this is around 70 USD. But what I love about this is, this is a pen, but you can actually exchange the tip into a lot of different fine liner size, and this takes in your fountain pen ink. So if you have a fountain pen lover in your life, this is great, especially if they use fine liners a lot, because you can use a fine liner tip on any of your fountain pen colors. I feel like they're the only one that does something like this. And as a bonus, this is why I love it so much, their brush tip is so amazingly buttery smooth and makes, look at how nice this tip is. It's very nice. I actually feel like I haven't even felt a tip like this, so I really love this one. This one is actually the Lumos Duo, so this one is slightly more expensive, but for $70 you can get the Lumos Mini, because there's two of them on here, right? So you can unscrew it side by side and use two different pens. The Lumos Mini I don't have it right now, but it's around this size and it only has one side and don't have the other. So if you have someone in your life that loves fountain pen inks and already have a lot, then this is probably one of those things that might intrigue you them. And it's made of a really nice metal, so it feels very high quality and feels very nice to touch. I really love this color. And yeah, that's my second one. And the third one, this is the Sailor Meigetsu. And this is my first Sailor pen, and I got it because it was much more affordable than other Sailor ones. And they're actually super smooth, even though they do have the little bit of feedback. But it's very beautiful, and it has that little pearly finish, and the gold looks so nice. Like, it's so vibrant, and I just really like this pen. And this is a good starter pen if there's someone who are starting with fountain pens. Maybe they have a few cheaper options, then this is a good one to give them because it's from a really good Japanese brand from Sailor. But this is slightly more affordable, especially if you get it in my link, because I think that one I got it from Amazon, and they're probably like one of the best prices. You can get it for around 75 USD maybe, so I recommend this one as well. So those three are my less than 80 USD picks. So I'll put that aside, and we will move on to the less than $50 picks. So the first one that I have is the Travel's Notebook on the passport side. So depending on if your loved ones like a bigger kind of journal or a smaller one, I really love this for an everyday carry wallet. Actually carry this around as a wallet. So it has like, you know, the monthly for me to plan. It has like a scratch paper. It also has this like sleeves for money and things like that, and a card sleeve as well. If you want a full setup of this, I will include a video where I take you through my Travel's Notebook wallet setup. So if your loved ones like journaling in little sizes, I really recommend this one because it's super cute. This one also is one of my favorite journals. So this is the Midori One Day One Page journal. So every year they come up with a new one because the monthly are actually dated for that current month. So if you're looking to get something in the beginning of the year or in the end of the year, I think this will be perfect. But these pages also look super cute. They have two sizes, the A5 and the A6, but my favorite is the A6 because it's so small and so stinking cute. So that's how I use them. I just use writings for that, but I really love this Midori One Day One Page. So you know, your loved ones might love it as well. Another one that I really like is the TWSBI. You know this, I really love the TWSBI pens. So I feel like this is going to be really great to give your loved ones if they like fountain pens. The reason I really like it is because it has a very big ink reservoir compared to other pens, and it's easy to use because you don't have to fumble with all the insides. All you have to do is turn this to get the ink in and out. So it's very easy to use. It also looks super nice. I always get compliments whenever I take this to people that don't really know stationery, and they said, oh, your pen looks very nice kind of thing. So I get a lot of compliments when I whip this out, and it writes super smooth. There's different nib sizes as well. If your loved one's writing tends to be a little bit small, then you probably want something that is closer to extra fine or fine. The finer the nib, it's better for smaller writing. So if someone you know has bigger writing, the medium or broad they might like. So depending if you know that or not, you have to make sure you know their preference for nib sizes. The same with the Sailor, you have to know the nib sizes preference, even though this one is the medium fine, and I feel like it's the nice in between size. Whereas with the Lumos, you get a lot of different types of the fine liner tip, so no matter how big or small they write, it doesn't really matter with this one. So I hope that makes sense. And now we will move to the 30 or under. There's a lot of on the 30 and under, but yeah, you can get multiples of this. One of my first favorite thing from 30 or under is actually a Delphonics pouch. So this is a pouch that you can bring around for your stationery items. So I usually bring this when I journal outside and things like that. It has so many different compartments, as you can see. There's a lot of compartments inside as well, and at the back as well there's even 2 here and a big one here, so you can put in a lot of stuff. And I feel like even if you don't use it as a journaling pouch, these have the stuff on the side, so you are able to put in a strap and then you can use it as a bag. So it's very, very versatile, and I really love how much the compartments they have. Pretty sure this fits an A5 book. Anything smaller would fit. This one's the medium size, so it has 14 pockets. So I really, really like this, and it's very useful when I'm journaling. So hopefully your loved one likes that one too. Again, with pens, these are the Stationery marker, so they're twin tips. So there's one tip that is like a bigger one on the top and then a smaller one on the bottom. And what I really love about this is the brush is very, very nice to use. I'll demonstrate. I would even say this is nicer than the Tombow, just because the Tombow tends to be a bit thick, but this one I feel like it's the perfect size to journal with. And then you also get this nice fine liner as well, so you can, you know, hand letter and write with those. You get, how many is this, 20 different colors, and the colors are quite nice and muted. There's some bright colors as well, but generally these are very unique colors, because if you get 20 colors of markers, usually they're the same standard 24 colors. They're a little bit bright, but these ones have very nice shades. Like, okay, this is all the shades. One of my favorite is probably this one, the Rikyucha. These colors actually comes in fountain pen inks as well, so depending what you like, you can also check that out. But I feel like this is a really good starter pack, and this is probably one of my favorite brush pens, so I really recommend that one. I also recommend the Pilot Iroshizuku inks. If you're gifting this to someone that really likes fountain pens and inks, Pilot Iroshizuku actually has kits that's already like 3 colors. I'll link it down below, but mine didn't come with anything, but the one that I'm linking you apparently comes with a nice little box. I think that's what the image is looking like. So I feel like it'll be a really good sampler of inks for people that wanna branch out to other inks. But these are actually very nice bottles. It's not just like your usual sample vials, but these are actually like, you know, glass bottles that looks very nice. So I think it will be nice, and they're not very expensive as well. They're less than, I think, 20 USD for those, so I think that's very good. Another thing that I like, this is a recent purchase, but it's been really nice. These are the Sachiara calendar stamps, and the really cool thing about this is you can actually move it around, so you can use it month by month. If your loved ones like doing bullet journal, they might need to do a little like calendar for once in a while. This is actually very, very useful, because like I said, you can actually take it apart and just put it back together, so that means you can use it forever and ever. So I really love this one as well. I also really like the Travels Company brass clip. It looks super cool, right? That looks super legit. It's around 24 USD, and if your loved one loves journaling with Travels notebook, this will be popular if they don't have it yet, because you usually use it. I'll show it to you with the one that's already open. There's another one that has this plain as well, if they like, you know, travel journaling and stuff. These are meant to be put on the top like that, and then it will weigh it down and keep it open, or you can put it on the side. But because it's brass and it's a little bit weighted, so then it's heavy enough, so then it keeps it open like that. You can also use this as a paperweight, because the weight is pretty significant. So really love that one as well, and I find that that's really useful. And another thing that I will shamelessly plug and put this in the end, because I always feel really bad for plugging my own stuff. If you're gifting to someone who loves journaling, and especially collage journaling, these are my handmade insert. So I create them with handmade paper and different kinds of paper, and each of them are themed to kind of like colors or something. So there's this one is has a little bit more green. This is our meadow insert. So if they like collaging and journaling, then I feel like it will be a nice gift for them as well. If it's a gift, let me know. I will link it down below, but let me know in a note that it is a gift for someone, and I will package it nicely and tie it in a bow and everything, and you can write down your message to them as well, and then I'll just send it over, so it'll just appear on their mail, and that would be super nice. So including that as well, because I feel like that's also a nice gift for a stationery lover. I'm not spooking all my products, you guys, don't worry. So now that we've gone through all the $30 section, this is the less than $10 section, even though this is not really less than $10, but it's kind of the same as this, so I will explain later. Actually, I'll just do it now. So this is my favorite scissors. I've tried a fair bit of scissors, but these are actually my favorite because they're actually quite big, so I can fit 3 fingers, so it's very comfortable to use. There's 2 different types. So this is the normal type with and I think this might be stainless steel tip, and then this is the titanium tip. I think it's plated as well, so these are meant to be stronger. But the great thing with this also, it comes with a little lip here. If you cut a lot of sticky tape, washi tape and things like that, it's not very sticky on here, just because when you cut it, it has the little groove. It's also really good to cut. I think it's something about the design of the blade. It makes cutting very effortless, and this is my favorite scissors. If you have a stationery friend, you know they will appreciate like really nice scissors because you use it a lot. This one is a little bit more expensive because it is titanium coated. This one kind of does the same thing, but depending what kind of aesthetic they like, this one works, but I like this way more because aesthetic wise they look much nicer. So depending on what they like, you can choose whichever one. This is also my favorite glue tape roller. It's the Kukuyo dot liner, and I really love this, so I recommend this one. You can actually refill. You can get it with the refill. I'll link some below that already has a few refills, but this is probably one of the best glue tape I've ever used. I like it very much, and yeah, I really recommend them because it's so easy to use. But also, this is one of the features that I really love. If you use it right, it has these little dots. I don't know if you can see it, but it has these little dots on the thing. But if you decide, oh, actually I don't want to paste it there anymore, I want it over there, what you can do is you can just rub off these, and then once you rub all of them off and get rid of like the residue, it's like normal paper again, so it doesn't hurt the paper at all, so it stays nice and smooth. For someone who changed their mind a lot like me, it's very useful, so I would recommend that one as well. For pens, I would recommend these Gin House. They're like beginner friendly fountain pens, and these are really cheap. I think they're actually under $10 or $5 even, and they have like the other fountain pens, you need to know what tip they actually like depending on how small their writing is. And the great thing about this is it already comes with a converter when you get it, so I find that it's very handy, and they're very affordable as well. So for someone that's just getting into fountain pens, it's also a good stocking stuffer for them. Also, the matte liner natural colors are one of my favorite because they are very muted. If your loved ones really love pastel and natural colors, this is probably the one you get for them. I've just watched it not long ago, but these are all the colors. As you can see, they're very muted and very demure, shall I say. So I really like this one as well. Also, another pen is the Uniball P. So this is a really small pen. I actually really love carrying it with my traveler's notebook wallet because the size of it is just perfect sitting side by side, and the color matches as well. So really love this one. It's refillable as well. You can get refills for these as well, so it's quite economical. But I really love the form factor and how chunky it is. It's very easy to write with because it is quite chunky, and it does have the clip as well if you want to clip it to something. So really love this one as well. And also, if your loved ones love anything like paper and they journal a lot. The majority paper is really good for journaling and for writing and everything. Majority also sells their light notebooks, which is like notebooks but it's in 3 different little notebook. It's like the travel's notebook insert but little. There's a few different sizes. There's an A5, there's a fancy like personal size that's a bit bigger, so it'll vary depending on what size that you want to get. But these are less than 10, or if it's bigger maybe like less than 15 or something. It's a nice paper and they're very thin notebooks, so you don't have to commit. And I just really love this notebook. The paper is also cream. I actually love the cream paper because I like cream and warm tones more than just stark white, so I actually really like the cream paper. If your loved one doesn't like cream paper, maybe not this one. And the last thing, I swear this is the last thing, this is getting quite long already, but I also recently made and stocked some of these journal kits in my store. So they're 15 AUD, so I think USD wise it's like $10 or less. These contain stickers, ephemeras, some PET tapes, and they're actually taped. So this one is the cottagecore theme ones, which is mostly lots of mushroom, lots of flowers, lots of cozy little things. And then there's a vintage one with all the vintage stuff, and also a music theme one. There's more than just these themes in my shop, but I just feel like if your loved one want to get into journaling, maybe get them some kind of paper-based product, a journal kit, and maybe a pen, and then that's already a nice little set for them. So I hope that's helpful. I feel like there's quite a bit of stuff that I mentioned there. I'll link all the links down below. I hope this is useful because I feel like, if you don't really know about your loved ones' hobbies and things like that, the people tend to just give gift cards. But I feel like if you can surprise them with like a stationery item, and you know why you're getting it, because paper quality or because I don't know, the pen has nice ink flow, maybe you can tell them as well that this one has this feature. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you end up getting any of this for one of your friends or loved ones, and I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I usually talk a lot about stationery and journaling and those kind of stuff. If you're someone who loves those as well, then come on in and let's be friends basically. So I hope that's useful, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, take care, and stay creative. Bye bye.